It's finally over. And it couldn't end soon enough. I found myself fighting to stay awake on this episode. How Osha is cool with the Sith that killed her friends blows my mind. I guess the writers were too busy working on shipping two characters instead of acknowledging the fact that Osha would have experienced some sort of trauma from watching her friend that she led back to his death get his neck snapped like a twig. Nah, the Asian man has nice arms. Ooh. Well, anyway, she's now working with the Sith, talking about he was very fair.
I made a deal with my sister, and you expected her to uphold it. That's fair.
Yeah, he wasted a whole group of Jedis to try and kill your sister. He was a cool dude that was misunderstood. Your sister welched on a deal. May tasers Soul during story time, which leads to a stupid chase scene through an asteroid ring, the cleanest one I've ever seen. May is now really good with the droid. How? Why? Don't ask questions. They're the same person, but not really. Soul finally thinks of icing this bitch and putting an end to all of our misery. But the gopher from Caddyshack rips out wires to save her. Why? Considering she killed his friends? By the way, how does the gopher even know which wires to cut? How are his little fingers strong enough to do it? He can't even lead people effectively to finding something he's sniffing out without getting lost.
He's vanished again. I swear we need a tracker just to track our tracker.
Now all of a sudden, he's not only cognizant, but he's an electrician. Like, little dude, this chick killed Jedis, did one assisted suicide, then was the catalyst to getting even more Jedis killed when Darth Teef was hunting her down. I bet the Jedis paid this little bastard salary. What happened to loyalty?
Raider!
He also tried to fight May an episode ago. What is this change of heart? What happened? Did he overhear the story and just decide, oh, the Jedi are bad randomly, even though he's worked with them his entire career? Anyway, this leads to both ships crashing on the planet where it all started. Why? The hell if I know. And I doubt the writers know either. How does May even know how to fly the escape pod ship like a pro pilot? Nah, I guess she's just using the Force, don't ask questions. We are then treated with a lightsaber battle, where nothing seems to matter. The Revenge of the Sith lightsaber battles felt heavy, satisfying. This feels like a dance routine that was poorly executed. We even got like a really bad Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon moment where they both jump off of a platform and fly gracefully down. And I just thought to myself, Jesus H. crackers. This cost $22 million. This is the last episode and it doesn't feel special at all. It feels like a long, drawn-out, wet fart. Anyway, while Soul was fighting the evil Sith, we were treated to an amazing scene where we watch one bad actress play two shitty roles at once. It then deteriorates into another fight scene where all of a sudden Osha is on the same level as May, who trained her entire life when it comes to martial arts and hand-to-hand combat. This show is so predictable that it's painful. There's a split second where they're distracted by the Jedi showing up. Of course, May disappears because she's a ninja, you know. She then attacks Soul. How does she get to him so quickly? Who knows and who cares? She easily bests him and throws away his lightsaber that hits a rock and breaks like glass. All right, let me get this straight. The guy who could clearly kill her with the greatest of ease couldn't beat Soul, but somehow she beat Soul instantly. I think earlier in the show that old wizened creature in the background was supposed to be Dark Plagueis or something, but none of this matters. Who cares?
It don't matter. None of this matters.
Osha overhears Soul admit to killing her mother. She then force chokes Soul with no training. I immediately experienced PTSD where I remembered the first scene of Force Awakens when Rey could use the Jedi mind trick without training.
Drop your weapons.
It's okay that we're here.
It's okay that you're here.
It's good. Did she do that to us?
That's when I knew a woman was in charge. Well, anyway, she's so upset by all of this. She squeezes a lightsaber and her blood turns the blue crystal red. Brilliant writing. Everyone knows red with blue creates purple, but I guess Leslie Headland missed that day in pre-K. Soul's entire motivation for all of this stupid shit was because he loved Osha from the moment he saw her. which is really weird if we unpack it, which we're not going to do. And I'm not going over how this shit's all over established lore of the Jedi Order. All the Jedis in this show are either emotionally weak or they look like they couldn't fight a cold. I just can't do this anymore. I'm so glad it's over. I hate this show. It's just objectively bad, and there's no way around that. Leslie Headland's wife, who plays the Jedi Master, whose name I don't remember, you don't care. She hears echoes in the Force, which is cool because now she knows exactly what happened without anyone ever telling her. Amazing. Osha then obviously accepts training to become a Dark Jedi. Her sister gets her mind wiped so that the Jedi can never find her. Yeah, sure. That worked real well for Darth Revan in Knights of the Old Republic, where Leslie Headland got this idea from. Now May has the mind of an 8-year-old.
Your last memory is from when you were 8 years old.
Once again, this is top-tier writing. If they get a season 2, they will undoubtedly help May get her memory back. She'll train to become a Jedi and try to save her sister. That's where this is all going, if they're given the money to burn for it. The plot is pretty much ripped from Knights of the Old Republic, because Leslie Headland has no ideas of her own, really. The Jedi have to report back to some assholes, all right, where they hide another tragic event because the Jedi need to maintain power. They're as unscrupulous as politicians. And I knew that they would drag out Master Yoda at the end of this episode, because what else are they going to do? They need to try and get you interested in season 2. And on that note, I hope this show never gets a season 2. I am so sick of Star Wars being a hot steaming turd. Everyone involved in this should be ashamed for this poorly written mess. With so many characters whose motivations make no sense, whose allegiances change with the blowing of the winds. The Sith guy kills all of Osha's friends within a 6-hour time span. She's totally cool with him and ready to hook up with him. Soul kills her mother 15 years ago and she has to have revenge in that very moment. Whatever, ugh. This is a muddled mess, a poorly thought out drama wearing Star Wars as a skin suit, praying to Christ that it will be just enough to carry it to a second season, where Leslie Headland can pretend that this was a huge win for her resume. Then in future interviews when she's hired to direct some other piece of shit, someone will go, Leslie Headland, the co-creator of Russian Dolls and the creator of the most inclusive Star Wars that broke new grounds. I'm done. I'm going to bed. Don't waste your time watching The Acolyte. It's just another nail in the coffin of Star Wars. If only they would be so kind as to let it die, but they keep digging up its corpse and parading it around for another shitty adaptation or reimagining, spearheaded by some woman who thinks she knows best. But if she really knew anything, wouldn't she have created something of her own? Oh well. Guess I'm a misogynist.